Yo YouTube, what is going on? It's Stay Humble White and I'm back at it again with another vlog. We're at the Stay Humble White headquarters. As you see my garage right there. Today I'm here with Hermes. You guys know Hermes from Mike on the Jobs garage. I had to kidnap him so we could get Nicole's bike fixed. So like I just said, we're working on Nicole's bike. We're gonna do the rear carrier bearing inside the swing arm. So as you see, we already started. I took off the right side hub. Hermes is taking off the bitch pin so we could take off the left side hub and start taking off everything else so we could take the axle out. So right now what I'm gonna do is take off the brake caliper and start taking off other shit that we gotta take off. So let's get it, guys. All right guys, so Hermes found how to loosen up the axle nut without stripping it, thank God. So we're gonna be able to reuse that puppy. Once we take off the axle nut and take off everything else, you'll see how we change the rear carrier bearing. All right YouTube, so quick knowledge before you guys do anything. To take this out, Hermes, this goes down that way, right?
Yeah, so basically,
and then this one goes that way. But before you take this out, like the whole axle out, there's a locking pin right after this nut, so go ahead.
Yeah, this locking pin, basically, then how it works is the nut pushes on this locking pin and basically pulls the whole axle this way. That's how it tightens the axle. So you basically got to tighten the nut, compress it, so then it'll be loose and you can just take the
locking pin out and then take the nuts out.
And then yep.
Got it. All right, sounds good. I think that whole piece comes off as one. It spins. So this whole nut right here is just gonna come off. So
yeah,
I think we gotta take everything out and it'll slide right off.
Yeah, we gotta take the brake off.
The brake off, and then the sprocket, and then the rotor.
And you slide this.
She slides
so
out. You
that comes out like that.
Pin and the whole locking nut setup.
And now this
comes out. The rotor, unscrew the rotor.
The axle comes out this way.
Yeah, you don't even gotta unscrew that. You just take off the sprocket, loosen that.
Yeah,
shit,
just take it off.
Slide right out. All right, yeah. So we're getting there, YouTube.
How-to video.
How-to video.
Yo, how-to videos, they get mad views, bro.
Yes, they do.
That's how I do all my mechanic work right there.
Splines.
You want to use a rubber mallet for that, Hermes?
No, you can't hit it with rubber mallet. You gotta try it little by little.
Alright.
So you don't bend.
Alright YouTube, so after a lot of trials and tribulations, we finally found the way to take the back rotor off.
Yeah. This might give you some trouble.
That's that's probably gonna be the hardest time of this whole fucking process. And look, there's another locking pin in there.
Nice.
O-ring.
O-ring. Yeah.
So once you get that out, the axle should be able to slide right the hell back.
It's rust, look at all that rust.
Yeah, that thing was bad.
Yep. That's it now. Now you gotta push this in and all of it should come out.
Nice.
Alright.
Step by step, we're getting there, YouTube.
Locking pin right here.
Your needle nose right there.
Now the whole thing should just slide.
Should slide.
Yeah, that's
but you know.
This should. Just rotate it so it's loose.
Yep. She's moving.
Oh, you also got to take this piece out.
I was looking at that.
This piece.
As you were going back and forth, she was coming out.
All right.
Another mission.
Right there.
I think down here towards this corner, it's a little seized up.
Yeah.
She's coming. So that came out.
Now we're on a mission. We're back to the mission.
The real mission.
Oh, okay. This has got to come off.
The center nut.
Before that slides out.
Alright.
So
14?
No, it's a 12.
12. I have a 12.
Black socket. Black socket. Right here. It's my memories.
Color coded.
Take that. No. There it goes.
I think it fell inside the jack.
Inside. And then this whole thing should just slide. Let's get the rubber mallet again.
Alright.
Now it can be used. You right there?
Yep, it's just coming out. I could just imagine what the rear fucking carrier bearing looks like on the KFX. Sheesh.
And then that's your bearing right there.
Nice.
Now we gotta slide this off. Yeah. You gotta be gentle with this so you don't damage the axle.
Gotcha.
Or the. Oh,
Damn, look at all that rubber and bearing shit coming out of there. God, all those bearings were done. Look at all those bearings, guys. Look at all those bearings. That's what the rear carrier bearing looks like.
Wow, the one on your brake side. Oh, the sprocket side always goes. That's the sprocket side. That's where the bike puts the load.
So now the bike is gonna drive like a freaking Corvette.
Wow. Yo, that should be your thumbnail right there.
Yeah, right? That picture right there. That's gonna be the thumbnail.
You need some brightness, bro. You want me to put some light on that?
Nah.
Well, that's actually.
Well, when I'm at the races and shit, that's what I do right there.
No, you're gonna start filming us soon.
Yes.
I'm gonna be racing everybody.
You're gonna be racing everybody. Guys, if you guys don't know, Hermes is building a hatch, K-Series, right? You going K-Series? K-Series.
Already K-Series.
He's already K-Series. He's got a K-Series EK hatch in the works. I used to ride with this kid all the time inside the trails and shit like that, and we still are, you know, the riding ain't gonna stop, but now we're just moving on to cars and shit. So stay tuned for Hermes' build because it's definitely coming, and I think you guys are gonna really like that shit. So that shaft right there, Hermes, that holds the bearing in place.
This?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a spacer, so basically,
All the spacer.
like you see right here, this is your inside of your bearing right here. This is the sprocket side.
Uh-huh.
That's that presses into that bearing. This is the inner ring of the bearing. Okay. That's where the ball bearings will sit at. So basically, it'll be like this, and then there'll be the
rotating
the bearings will ride on that. So
gotcha.
basically, it just broke out of that. So
Alright.
The other one came off.
So right here, what Hermes is about to show us is how he's gonna take off the bearing. Well, the piece that the bearings ride on.
So yeah, if this is nice to you, it could just come out like this, which it is. See?
There you go.
If it's nice. If it's not, you're gonna have to chisel it and break it off.
And then buy a new one and replace it.
No, I mean, yeah, new bearings. Gotta work it slowly so you don't damage the surface.
Yep. Let's come by.
The other side. Slide it.
So this bearing has to come off the whole axle completely.
Sometimes it might be better just to break it off. But I like to slide it off. You don't want that shit flying. It's gotta be nice.
And patient. As he just showed us, and it'll come right off.
Yes. This is ready for new bearing.
New bearing install. All right, so let me get the new bearing. Hermes is like, all right, I'm waiting on you now. All right, so this is the new bearing. The new bearing that we're going with is a Lone Star Racing bearing. I don't know too much about this. I just know that the previous owner of Nico's TRX gave it to us, and there was a problem already with the bike. We just wrote it the way it was and sent it. So now we're replacing it. So let's put this thing
Might
on.
be a good idea to wire brushes.
Okay, so
Just
I'm gonna
too.
clean this up right here.
Yep.
And make everything look fresh. That way when you put everything on, it goes on nice and smooth and no problem. So let's clean that up, guys, and we'll go from there.
So look, that's the difference between the old one and the new one. So you can see this one got holes. That's why it came with a rod, but this one got slots in it. So like, yeah. It's right there.
Old versus the new. Old versus the new.
The spacer's in there. So
Ready to go.
it's ready to go. Alright, let's put some assembly lube. We'll ball this up. Pressure right in. Already
That's
sent
Lou.
on.
If it's not Lou, I'm using some of your grease. I'm gonna buy you some more. Don't worry about it.
Alright, we just borrowed the grease.
Oh, you want to put regular gloves on? I have some rubber latex gloves in there. I can
look.
use.
There it is. You definitely want to lube these seals up, because if not,
dry rot.
not only that, it's when you're assembling them, sharp piece of metal could just cut them.
Cut them, alright.
So the lube prevents that. When you're assembling any kind of seals like this, so fill it up with grease right here on the inside. Grease is also waterproof, so as long as the grease is in there shouldn't be any water.
No problem.
Yeah. And then the other part right here. And the splines, obviously. A little bit on the splines. Now, just gonna install this.
What about that piece that we took off?
What piece?
The one that was down here that you banged.
The spacer?
Out. Yeah.
That one?
No, not that one. There was a smaller one. Remember?
That's the bearing.
This one right here.
Yeah. So that was the inside of the bearing.
Oh, okay. So this one already
So-
has everything installed.
Yeah. So you see that's the bearing that fell apart. This is the bearing that broke.
Okay.
So this is the inside of the bearing.
And
The
that's
bolts
what
go
it's
in there, and then the outside is connected to that.
All right.
Slide it nice and smooth. I have to use the rubber hammer a little bit. Help it out. Use the rubber side of the hammer. It doesn't need that much to go in.
As you see,
Oh.
she just went right in.
Now right here, watch out with the seal. Just gotta clean up a little bit at least.
It's all right.
I don't make too much of a mess. Don't need to go too crazy. It's not really a bearing. It's just so it slides in and out.
Gotcha.
And you can adjust your chain easily. A little more on this side.
It's dark outside, guys. I got my light going on right there. We're working with what we got.
Right there. That'll make your life so much easier. This rubber sometimes could get in the way.
What does that rubber do?
It just keeps it in place. I don't need nothing to worry about. I don't want it touching. There. Made it through. Push that in. Yeah, that's the second one. Where's the rod that the thing came with?
The rod. It's back here. Had to be. The bearings in there, guys. No play.
And then just clean off the S's.
Clean off the edges. Take all the excess grease off. Hermes used the rod. When he used the rod, you basically turn it up and down, and
Yeah,
the
like
bearing
this.
goes right into its place where it's got to go.
Helps you slide it. Just clean all this, the excess. Doesn't get dirt. Put it right
Oh,
back.
that could be a new gasket maker. A waterproofer.
There. Now, wipe this clean. Yeah, that's pretty good.
It looks good. It looks real good.
Like I said, once we put the nut in here, it should pull everything.
Pull everything back to where it goes.
Yeah, this cap's got to be inside.
Push this some more. All right.
And that should be it.
So now that the axle and the bearings installed, you do the complete opposite now and put everything back on that you took off. So we're gonna do just that, and once we finish up, guys, we'll go from there. All right, guys, there you have it. Like I said, we were gonna put the axle on and assemble everything and show you the final result. So that's the final result right there. It is kind of late, so I'm not gonna ride the bike, but the bike is back in one piece and she's gonna be rolling like butter. So I hope you enjoyed the quick content of us putting this in. If you did, drop a like. If you did, drop a comment. Let me know what we should do better or what we did good at. Most importantly, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for more do-it-yourself vlogs, because you see the KFX, she's getting the same thing done to her front, back bearings, and we're gonna do more suspension things. So like I said, stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Peace.
Gang, gang.